You can use lookarounds to create custom anchors and add conditions within the search pattern. These assertions are also known as zero-width patterns because they add restrictions and are not part of matched portions. Vim syntax is different than what is usually found in other programming languages. The pattern used in the assertion is always specified before the sequence of backslash and the at key. So, for example, in other programming languages, this is the type of syntax that is used. In Vim, the pattern to be asserted is specified first and the look ahead syntax is specified next. So this is another example. This is the pattern to be asserted. So that is specified first and then rest of the syntax comes later. So there are 4 types of lookarounds: negative look ahead, positive look ahead, negative look behind, and positive look behind. Let us see a few examples for each of these assertions. So suppose you want to match eyes only if is not followed by a digit character. So this is our pattern to be matched and this is the assertion. So a digit character. We don't want this pattern to be matched. So we are using negative look ahead assertion. So the syntax is backslash at. So this part comes for all types of lookarounds. And when we use exclamation, then this becomes negative look ahead assertion. So let us use this as a search pattern. So you can see it matches eyes as long as there is no digit character immediately. So here there's a backslash character, this is backtick, this is alphabet D, this is T, this is a dot character. So all of these are valid matches. But these are not matched because after eyes there is a digit character. Same for this example. So this is the same search pattern used in a substitute command. Substitute eyes only if it is not followed by a digit character. So let's say it is replaced with X and all the occurrences are replaced. So you can see this will be replaced with X. This also will be replaced with X, but not this because there is a digit character. Let's undo that. Here's another example. So this will match par as long as whole word par is not found later in the line. So this particular sequence is not matched because there is a whole word par later in the line. Now this itself will be a valid match because after this there is no whole word par. So on this particular line, if we apply this substitute command, this will not be replaced. This will be replaced with X and this also will be replaced with X. So recall that lookarounds do not consume characters. They are only used for asserting a particular condition. So the way this works is the engine finds the normal search pattern terms and after this match is found, it checks whether this particular assertion holds true or false. So when this is matched, it will check whether there's whole word par after this point. So in this case, it is there, but we don't want. So our assertion is this should not match. So this will fail. When it comes to this the assertion will hold true because after this match there is no whole word par. Same for this particular match as well. Next, let us see an interesting application of negative look ahead. So we can negate a particular group. Suppose I want to match at followed by par. So at followed by par. So these two lines are a valid match because there is at and then there is par after 0 or more characters. Same for this particular line as well. Now I want to add a condition that in between at and par, I don't want GO. So between these two matches, the characters present should not have GO. So this is a valid match, but this will fail because there is GO. So how to specify this? So this was our earlier search term. So what we need to do is negate a particular group. So the sequence I don't want to match is go. So to do that, we can use negative look ahead. So once this condition is satisfied, we can match a character using the dot meta character, and that we need to repeat 0 or more times. So we can put this whole thing inside another parenthesis. So now only this line is a match, and this will fail because it found GO in between at and par. Next, let us look at negative look behind. So we need to add this less than key before the exclamation mark. So exclamation indicates negative assertion. When we use it by itself, it becomes look ahead. When we prefix less than key, it becomes look behind. So for example, this is the term we need to match as long as the underscore character is not the previous character. So to do so, we'll specify underscore and then backslash at less than exclamation. So this will match eyes as long as underscore is not the previous character. So even start of the line will be a valid match. So suppose I add something like iced tea here. And now let me search for this particular term. Underscore is the character I don't want to match. And the actual string to match is ice. So these are all valid matches. This will not match because there's an underscore character before I. And start of the line is also a valid match because before I, the underscore character is not present. So here's another example. I want to match dog as long as cat is not present earlier in the line. So cat can be at anywhere before dog, right? So we need dot star, and this is what I don't want to match. So I will say backslash at less than exclamation. So match dog as long as cat is not present earlier in the line. So now this should be easier to understand. So we have seen negative look ahead and negative look behind. So in case of positive, those particular characters should match. So for example, match eyes only if there's a digit character present immediately after eyes and digit character. So you might ask, why don't we just use eyes and backslash d? So the difference is the pattern which is part of the look around is not part of the match. So you can see only ice is highlighted. The digit character is not highlighted. So this will become more clear when we use the substitute command. So in this line, we want to replace ice only if it is followed by a digit character. So when you do the search, you can see only this particular string is matched. And now if I specify ice /d and then if I use x, this whole term will be replaced. But I don't want to replace this digit character. So in that case, I'll apply a positive look ahead. So you can see only ice is replaced, the digit character is left as it is. Similarly, for positive look behind assertion, you have to prefix a less than key. So look ahead assertion used equal to, and if we prefix a less than key, it becomes look behind. So this will match ice only if there is a underscore character before. Underscore and ice. So these are not valid matches because the character before I is not an underscore character, and these two are valid matches. When you are using look behind, you can also specify the number of bytes to search for. So this is helpful to speed up the matching process. Earlier we saw an example, match dog as long as cat is not present earlier in the line. So the thing is, the lines could be very long. So the search engine has to go through each and every character that is present before that particular match. So this can take a long time. In such cases, we can limit how many characters are searched for the assertion. So for example, let's say I want to search only the previous 11 byte characters. So in such cases, between this at and less than key, I can say 11. So let us see an example. So match dog only if cat is not found in the previous 10 characters. So in this line, there is a match for cat, but the previous 10 bytes do not have cat. So this is a valid match. In this line, there is dog, but the previous 10 bytes also has cat. So this is not a valid match. So in this way, you can speed up look behind patterns if you specify number of bytes to match between the at and less than key.